Certainly we need to consider what the Grick will do. Simon Herring spoke for the first time. But perhaps the better question should be, what are we going to do, and what can the Grick do about it? Adar nodded slowly. I like that question better. He looked at Herring. And if the question is not so different from the one you posed at the last meeting such as this, your emphasis on recrimination and withdrawal seems changed. Thank you, sir, Herring replied, and it was his turn to blush as he looked at Alan Letts. And as my understanding of the situation has improved, I hope my analysis has as well. He shook his head. You were right. Based on the sheer numbers of Grick and their apparently improved capacity for innovation, we can't surrender the initiative. Not anywhere or in any respect. He paused, looking at the large gathering. I still believe we must plan our strategies in greater secrecy, however, not only because of the Grick, but because we must also consider the Dominion, an enemy with an even greater capacity to learn our secrets. With the influx of Imperial personnel, particularly the formerly indentured females with no reason to love the Empire, we can't assume the Dominion hasn't already infiltrated us to some degree. Do you propose there may be disloyal elements in this very room? Adar asked with an incredulous edge. People who would aid our enemies? Herring looked around at the suddenly hard stares, human and Lemurian. Of course not, Mr. Chairman. But my post as Minister of Strategic Intelligence is little different from my duties in the old world. It's my job, and nature, I suppose, to be suspicious. I can't imagine anyone here being disloyal, but the possibility exists that someone may come in contact with agents of the enemy. Any of our enemies, even the Grick. Bogpan's a very open society, and don't forget, both we and the Grick have Japs on our sides. Alan Letts rolled his eyes. I object, Mr. Chairman. First, Commander Herring wanted to pull General Alden out of the game for a goof-up anybody would have made. God knows how bad that would have been for the war effort. Now he's picking on our Japs. Alan looked at Herring. If he had ever been brass-blind toward the man, as Silva once suggested, he wasn't anymore. There are precisely 2 Japs in this city right now, both of whom we saved from the Grick at Singapore. They're delegates from our allied home of Yokohama, and were led by a man who gave his life for the Alliance. The only other Jap we've got in the information loop is General Tamatsu Shinya, commanding all Allied land forces in the East, and I'll take Shinya over you any day, Commander.